Hey, what's up guys? Jay here with Solo YGO. Welcome to the channel if you're new. We're back at it again with our monthly update of Swordsoul. It's December, so this is obviously our last one of the year. Before we get into today's deck profile, just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment the question of the day below. That'll qualify you for the monthly giveaway, which we do every single month here on the channel. The daily question is, as we wrap up the year, what is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh moment of the year? Plenty of them, but for me, it's probably starting this channel. It's been great. It's been a blast. I'm looking forward to the next year. And then subscribe to the Patreon and channel memberships. Those are down in the description below. That helps the giveaways. Actually, 100% of it goes towards the giveaways, and I come out of pocket for the rest, which I love doing for you guys. So let's get straight in the profile. We did make some changes again. We listened to you guys, as we do every month in the comments, and we try to construct the perfect pure Swordsoul Tenyi lists based off those recommendations, based off the hive mind of most recommendations from you guys. So this is basically what you guys have said. So we have 3 Swordsoul Tenyi, 3 Ecclesia, 3 Longwan, 2 Taya, a Blackout, and 3 Emergence. Now at this point in time, this has to be super standard. We've had people say 1 Taya, but most people agree that 2 is pretty standard. I think you're technically run 5 with Emergence as long as you don't get ashed, right? Shoot, maybe even 8 with Ecclesia if you really want to. But really, she's going to go into Moyi most of the time. And then, of course, you got to run 3 Longwan. That's your extender. That's your only way to get out one except for Ecclesia without using a normal summon. So yeah, that's not much to talk about there. It's going to be the Swordsoul lineup. Move on to the Tenyis. 3 Ashina. It's pretty much a general consensus that you want to max out on this. This is your extender. It does lock you into worms, though. 2 Vishuddha. It's great for going second. And then it's also an additional level 7 for Adhara. We're only running 2 Adhara. And we're running 1 Chitana and 2 Cycle. 2 Cycle, Vessel for the Dragon Cycle, is essentially another, basically 2 names for any of these. Because you can add one to hand or you can send to the graveyard, and they all have graveyard effects as well. So, especially in the case of Ashina or Adhara, for getting their effects in the graveyard, that's really nice. But the Vishuddha bounce also doesn't hurt. But yeah, I love having 2 Vessel. In really going second gas builds, I'll probably run 3, 3, 3, and then cut Chitana. And then we're playing 2 Circle that plays into Chitana, as well as it's a good follow-up, and it's just a good card for dodging hand traps in general. So, yeah, all gas. We're probably going to cut these and just play another 1, 1, 1. That's really good for going second. It's going to allow you to push through a lot of boards. Tenyis are some of the best going second cards in the game to this day. They're just super versatile. Having multiple effects that are both once per turn is really nice. And then what we put back in the deck, 2 Bada Desires. Yeah, I cut it the last profile, and I had it like pretty much every profile before that, but you guys are right. Desires is just really good in this deck. I cut 2 hand traps and put this in instead. It allows you to dig for more hand traps, allows you to play through stuff, allows the deck to have a better grind game, which it kind of lacks sometimes. So it's just really good. And then I love that in going second builds too. For the hand traps, we got 2 Imperm, one of the best hand traps of the format, especially when things like Triple Tactics Thrust and Triple Tactics Talents exist, because it does not play into those, as well as allowing you a way to out Floodgates by setting it if you really need to. So it's very versatile. And then, of course, just generically stopping a monster. Can't go wrong with it. 2 Nibiru. I want to show that threat. It's once per turn, so I don't want to draw too many of them. But if they see I have Nibiru, psychologically, they'll probably play around it regardless. So 2, I feel, is very good value. 3 can be cloggy. Like I said, it's once per turn. Or they just don't play into it. And then 1 is probably not enough. So I feel like 2 Nibiru in most builds of any deck really is good, because main value you're going to get from it is probably the psychology factor regardless. 2 Veiler. We're playing a lot of 2-ofs. I like Veiler because it's a hand trap tuner, and it's a 1-star tuner, so any level 10 Synchro plus Veiler, normal summoning it if you have to, can give you Psychic and Punisher for game, like I always mention. And then also Veiler plus a level 7 Tenyi gives you Chichao, because Chichao requires a non-worm tuner. Sorry, non-worm, non-tuner. Sorry, worm, non-tuner. There we go. We'll get it right. And then 2 Droll. Again, don't really need to activate more than one of these per turn anyways. Is it once per turn? No, this is an ancient card. It can't be once per turn. Let's read it real quick. No, it's not once per turn, but why would you want more than one? So I don't want to draw more than one of these. Again, showing threat of droll. They might try and play around it and do a less optimal move to avoid adding till they have to. And then the only one I'm playing 3 of is 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This card's insane. It hits like 2,000 plus cards in the game. Not even exaggerating. So it's the only one I'm going to play 3 of. Yes, it's once per turn, but it's also a level 3 hand trap tuner. So again, normal summon level 3 plus level 8 equals Psychic and Punisher, and then 3 plus level 7 Tenyi equals level 10 Synchro. So I really love the hand trap tuner aspect in this deck, and I feel like this ratio of hand traps is just really good right now. This is going to be that 11 spot for the last 11 cards in the deck. On to the extra deck. All right, most of these are going to be pretty standard, what we agreed upon and in the comments over the months of doing this profile for you guys. And we do it every month, so if you guys like the deck profile, stick around. We're constantly updating it. But 2 Monk of the Tenyi, 1 Shaman, 1 Yazi, 2 Chichao, 2 Baxia, 1 Draco Berserker, 1 Dragite, 1 Chaofeng, 1 Changying, 1 Q-Chi Long 1 Baron, and then what I'll never not play with is Psychic and Punisher, as long as it's not banned or limited. Well, if it's limited, we'll play 1. Sorry, if it's not banned. To go over them real quickly, if you're playing a higher Tenyi count, you want to play 3 Monks, but 2 is fine for this kind of account. 1 Shaman's fine. It comes up occasionally, so it's worth it. I'd say that the 1 Shaman is more likely to come up than the 3rd Monk. So with that being said, we're going to play 2 Monk, 1 Shaman. 1 Yazi, you have to have it. It's so good. It's your level 7 option for like emergence. 2 Chichao, pretty standard. 1 is not enough. 2 is just, or sorry, 3 is just too much. If you're playing 3, something, I mean, it's just a really grindy game. There's other things to go into. So 2 Baxi, it's not once per turn. That card's insane. That's why we play multiple. Otherwise, because you want to be able to show that threat sometimes. And then Draco Berserker, level 8. It's a good card. It's a good interrupter. Plus, you have to have that additional worm one to go into when you're Ashina locked. It's one of the ones you can only go into, especially when Chichao is only once per turn. So if you want something else to go into, you're going to go to Draco Berserker. Dragite. If you're not Ashina locked, getting a Chichao, a Baron, and a Dragite is just really strong. You got Spell and Trap negate, Omni negate, and then a Monster negate. Chaofeng is kind of, it helps play out with Nibiru if you really care about that. Or it's just an auto win against rogue matchups like Purley and Exorcister, because you can lock them out of all light effects, which is really nice. Any deck that really plays light, so it's just really nice to have. And then the mandatory one-ofs, Changying and Q-Chi Long Baron. These are just have been standards ever since the release of Q-Chi Long and Battles of Chaos. So yeah, guys, that's it. I am definitely expecting this deck to get support in 2024. It's a fan favorite by far already, and it's one of my favorite decks of all time. It's definitely my favorite modern deck, and I'm calling it right now. 2024, it's getting support. All right, guys, join the Patreon channel membership. Helps us do what we do, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.